This is Optimal Relationships Daily, episode 1227, 7 Guidelines to Keep the Business of Your Marriage Going Strong, by Dr. Margaret Rutherford of drmargaretrutherford.com. Hello, everybody, and welcome to ORD. Thank you for joining me on this fine Tuesday. I am your host and narrator, Greg Audino, and today I come prepared with an article from Dr. Margaret Rutherford. She's got a blueprint for how married couples can run their relationships like a business, but in a good way for those who might be flinching at the idea. So let's dive into it and hear what she has to say as we optimize your life. 7 Guidelines to Keep the Business of Your Marriage Going Strong, by Dr. Margaret Rutherford of drmargaretrutherford.com. Let's face it, your marriage may be the biggest business you ever run. Your spouse is your partner. And no matter whether you're living on a fixed income, you both work, or just one of you gets paid for what you do, so many decisions need to be made regarding money. Small picture, big picture, current needs, future concerns. It takes coordination and effort. Just like it would in a real business where things would be discussed, turned inside out, and rediscussed again in meetings. So, when do these subjects typically get worked out in a marriage? We try to talk when we're brushing teeth in the morning, or right before one of you is trying to go to sleep. Oh, I forgot to ask you, how much are we going to give to the church? Or spend on kids or grandkids? Or a vacation? Or what's the plan for the holidays? Did you pay the telephone bill? We can talk tomorrow. I'm exhausted. There are several ways the business of a marriage can be mishandled. One person will take on the entire responsibility of finances. The other may not even have a clue what's going on, mimicking a parent-child dynamic. Others never talk about money. They keep their own checking accounts. Each contributes an amount to a shared account, but never quite know what the other one is doing with their money, how they're prioritizing what to buy, what not to buy. There's little sense of partnership or working together. Both can be engaged in chaotic decision-making, neither paying attention to how much money is actually available, living high on the hog, as we would say in Arkansas. Too high. Or, one person will take on planning everything. All the trips, all travel, or what the kids are involved in. Maybe they're good at organizing, so it seems like a simple solution. The problem? You get tired of doing even what you do well. You can feel totally unappreciated or lonely and resentful. So, what's an answer? Business meetings. Business meetings can be the backbone of a good marriage. Here are some guidelines. 7 Guidelines to Keep the Business of Your Marriage Going Strong. Number 1. Create a space in your house where you can sit down together. Face-to-face, the dining room table, for example. Bring your laptops, your calculators, maybe even a pen and paper thrown in for good measure. Kids need to know parents are not to be disturbed for a while, or this is a good time to ask a friend to take them to a movie. Number 2, come prepared. One of you prepare an agenda that you send to the other. They can add to that agenda. Know what you're going to cover. Savings plans, retirement goals, vacation ideas, or budget for kids or grandkids. Whatever's on the agenda. Number 3, have these quarterly. You want to meet regularly, not too much to overdo it, but not so little that too much time has gone by and you're going to lose touch on the pragmatics of your relationship. Number 4, bring an attitude of cooperation and learning. Both of you will be involved in the business of your marriage. Bring financial documents with you, or look online. Both of you can feel grown up and responsible for carrying your role out. Number 5, set immediate goals and future goals. Think short-term and also long-term. Talk about what kind of sacrifice might be needed to accomplish goals. Decide who's going to be responsible for what to attain those goals. This builds huge trust in the couple. If both know what the other will be actively doing to keep their relationship safe and secure, and see them doing it, that's a confidence booster. Both people get to feel competent. Number 6, if you're overspending or have huge credit card debt, get help. There are books and programs out there that you can use. Dave Ramsey is well known for his financial advice on how to get rid of debt. Credit counseling organizations are often nonprofit and therefore free to the public. Lawyers can also advise about what course you should follow. Number 7, if you get angry or frustrated, take a break. Money, reality, partnership, not having all the control. All of this can be hard to talk about, especially if you've been doing things in a way that isn't working. It can be difficult to set up a new pattern. But remember, You wouldn't yell or make accusations in a meeting at your workplace, or if you do, things probably are not looking too great for you. Treat this meeting in a similar way. You will both develop a practical and safe environment at home so that responsibility is shared, and you can relax and enjoy the rest of your relationship. You just listened to the post titled, 7 Guidelines to Keep the Business of Your Marriage Going Strong by Dr. Margaret Rutherford of drmargaretrutherford.com. And thanks a lot to Dr. Margaret. 7 clear and distinct guidelines that are easy to understand and hopefully easy to apply. I found that one line, "You even get tired of what you do well," to be really interesting, and something that I feel could have been morphed into an 8th guideline even. She sort of touches upon the idea of taking a break and setting up a new pattern in the final guideline, but that's not just a break from the meeting itself. To me, it could mean taking a break from your current responsibilities and swapping them. Normally, it's great to consider which partner's skill set lends them to take the lead on certain tasks, and ideally these would be split up about evenly. But one approach to consider taking is the changing of responsibilities, for the sake of learning something new and refreshing. For example, if one of you is a great planner and is usually left to plan vacations, as she kind of said, but is currently too overworked or maybe out of creative vacation ideas, maybe it's time to switch responsibilities and the other partner can plan this trip and give one of their typical responsibilities to the other partner. Maybe for this week, the one who cleans decides to do the shopping and the one who shops does the cleaning. These kinds of change-ups can go a long way in preserving energy if need be. Okay, that's my piece, folks. I want to thank you for being here today, as always. I hope this episode was helpful for all of you. I know a lot of our listeners are married, so these types of articles can be really useful. More where that came from tomorrow, though, everybody. I will be back reading another post for you as usual, so don't miss out. Hope to see you there, where your optimal life awaits.